You've probably heard it your whole life. Work hard, grind every day, push through, and one day you'll be rich. That's the message we're all raised with. The belief that if you just do more, hustle more, and sacrifice more, money will show up. But what if that's not how it works? What if the truth is something completely different? Something quieter, softer, and far more powerful. What if the real key to attracting millions isn't in what you do, but in what you think? This idea might sound strange at first, especially if you've been trying your best and still feel stuck. But there's something the universe has been waiting for you to understand. It's not waiting for another resume, another job interview, or another business plan. It's waiting for one simple shift inside of you. One thought, one belief, one new way of seeing yourself. Because until you change that one thing, nothing else will work. Not for long. Think about this. The same person who keeps jumping from one opportunity to the next, one job to the next, one goal to the next, keeps facing the same problems. It feels like life is on repeat. You may think the problem is with the job, or the timing, or the people around you. But what if the real issue is within? What if the problem is that the version of you who is doing the work still doesn't believe they are worthy of abundance? This is the turning point most people never reach, because they are focused outward on action, hustle, and results. But the universe doesn't respond to that alone. The universe responds to energy, to belief, to identity. And until you change the energy you carry, the beliefs you hold, and the way you see yourself, no action will bring lasting change. You may get quick wins, but they won't stay. That's because the universe will always mirror who you are inside. So the real question isn't, what should I do next? It's, who do I believe I am? Because that belief is the foundation of everything. If you believe you are poor, unworthy, or unlucky, the universe has no choice but to reflect that. If you believe you are valuable, abundant, and aligned, then everything begins to shift. The truth is simple but powerful. The universe is not waiting for action, it's waiting for alignment. And alignment starts with one new thought, a thought that matches the reality you wish to live. A thought that says, I am already the person who receives abundance. Let's look at what happens when you keep thinking the same old way. Maybe you've tried positive thinking before. You made a vision board, said some affirmations, watched a few motivational videos, and maybe for a while it felt good. You got excited, you felt inspired, but then nothing really changed. Bills kept piling up. Stress came back. You felt stuck again. Why? Because you were trying to change your life with the same mind that created the struggle. You were trying to use tools on the outside while ignoring the beliefs on the inside. It's like cleaning a mirror when your face is still dirty. No matter how hard you wipe the glass, the reflection stays the same until you clean what's being shown. This is where most people give up. They think, I tried and it didn't work. But they never realize that the real problem isn't the effort, it's the identity behind the effort. If deep down you still think you're not good enough, not lucky, not capable, then your life will keep echoing that. No matter how many times you start fresh, the same outcome will return. Why? Because you're still thinking the same thoughts. The thoughts that say, I'm not the kind of person who gets rich. I'm not the kind of person who wins. Other people succeed, not me. This isn't about blame. It's about awareness. You don't have to beat yourself up for thinking these things. Most of them were planted in you without your choice, by society, by family, by past experiences. But now, you have a choice. You can keep thinking those same thoughts and keep living the same life. Or you can decide today that your thoughts are powerful, that your beliefs shape your world, that the moment you shift how you see yourself, everything around you begins to change. This is why thinking differently isn't just a motivational phrase. It's a survival skill. If you don't change the way you think about yourself and money, you will forever be stuck in the same loop. You'll find short-term success followed by the same old problems. You'll find new opportunities that somehow go wrong. But if you shift your thinking, just that one foundational belief, then the loop breaks. You step into a new reality, one where money flows toward you instead of running from you, one where the universe stops testing you and starts rewarding you. You see, the stakes couldn't be higher. Your future depends on whether or not you're willing to believe in something new. Not just say it, but feel it, live it, embody it. If you can do that, you won't need to chase wealth anymore. It will find you. Because the universe always responds to what you truly believe about yourself. Now, let's look at one of the most important truths you'll ever learn. Life is a mirror. That means whatever you believe deep inside, the world will reflect back to you. It doesn't matter what you say out loud or pretend to believe. What matters is what you really hold inside your heart. That's what the universe listens to. That's what the mirror of life reflects. Imagine this. You stand in front of a mirror and you frown. The reflection frowns back. You can scream at the mirror to smile. You can wave your arms or get angry, but the reflection won't change until you change your own expression. That's how reality works. The world doesn't change first. You do. And then, life responds. If you walk through the world believing that you're not enough, that money is hard to get, that success is only for lucky people, then the universe will reflect that belief. It won't punish you. It's not trying to hurt you. It's just showing you what you're projecting. Every situation, every challenge, every delay, it's all part of the mirror showing you what you've been thinking and believing without even realizing it. Let's take an example. Imagine someone who says, "I want to be a millionaire." They work hard, try new things, push themselves, but deep inside, they think, "I'm not smart enough to make that kind of money." Guess what happens? The mirror reflects that belief. Opportunities slip away. Business ideas fail. Money comes, then disappears. It's not because they're cursed. It's because their belief is leaking out into the world, and the mirror is simply answering back. Now, here's the exciting part. The moment you start seeing yourself differently, the mirror starts to change. If you begin to say, "I am worthy of wealth. I am aligned with abundance. I have what it takes," and you mean it, feel it, believe it, the universe responds. Slowly at first, gently, but it responds. Because now the image in front of the mirror has changed, and the reflection must follow. It's not magic. It's alignment. And the best part? You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. The mirror doesn't need you to believe 100% right away. Even if you only believe 51%, that's enough to start the shift. The more you practice, the stronger the belief grows. And the stronger it grows, the clearer the reflection becomes. This is why focusing only on results can be dangerous. If you look at your bank account and feel fear, that fear becomes part of your identity. Then the mirror reflects more fear, more lack, more struggle. But if you choose to look at that same account and say, "This is temporary, I know abundance is coming," then the mirror has something new to reflect, something higher, something brighter. Your thoughts are not just private whispers in your mind. They are blueprints, they are signals, and the universe listens to every one of them. So ask yourself today, what thoughts am I sending out into the mirror of reality? Are they thoughts of faith or fear, of abundance or lack? Because whatever you think, the universe reflects. And whatever it reflects, you begin to live. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. You've already become everything you once dreamed of. You live in a beautiful home, wake up feeling peaceful, and have more than enough money to support yourself and others. You don't worry about bills, and you don't chase opportunities. They find you. People admire your calm, your strength, and your success. Now ask yourself, who are you being in that vision? This is not just a dream exercise. This is how you begin to build your new identity. Because the person you want to become is not waiting for you in the future. That version of you is already inside you, asking to be let out. The millionaire version of you doesn't act from fear, stress, or doubt. They act from clarity, from confidence, from calm power. The more clearly you see that version of yourself, the more easily your current life can start to reflect it. Close your eyes and ask, what do I believe about money when I already have more than enough? How do I walk through life when I know the universe always supports me? What habits do I have? How do I speak? How do I carry myself? When you answer these questions, you start to build your millionaire identity, not in fantasy, but in feeling. It doesn't matter what your life looks like right now. The outside world is simply the mirror of what you've believed in the past. But the image you start to hold today, right now, begins to shape your future. So if you want to attract millions, you must become the person who receives millions. Not just someday, but now. This identity is built from within. It's not about changing your clothes, your job, or your social media profile. It's about changing the quiet voice inside that says, "I am someone who always has enough." That voice becomes stronger every time you repeat it, and soon it becomes your truth. And once it's your truth, the universe has no choice but to reflect it. Wealth is not something you chase, it's something you align with. And that alignment begins with choosing who you are, not based on what you see, but based on what you know is possible. Because when you act like the person who already has it, life catches up. The mirror changes, and what once felt out of reach becomes your normal. Once you begin to understand your new identity, it's time to shape your thoughts to match it. This is where your mind becomes the most powerful tool you'll ever have. You see, your current thought pattern may have been shaped by years of doubt, scarcity, or struggle. But now, you get to write a new script. One that invites in abundance, peace, and prosperity. This doesn't require perfection. It requires practice. And that practice begins with affirmations, short, simple statements that reflect your new truth. These are not magic words. They are reminders to your subconscious of who you've decided to become. When repeated daily, they create new mental roads that the mind begins to follow automatically. You can begin with something like, "I am worthy of great wealth." Let that phrase sit in your heart. Speak it with belief, even if it feels strange at first. Or say, "I am a magnet for abundance. Prosperity flows to me in expected and unexpected ways." Or, "I carry within me the ability to turn every opportunity into gold." These thoughts are like seeds. Each time you say them, you water them. And in time, they grow into new experiences because the mirror of reality begins to reflect the seeds you've planted inside. But don't stop there. Add thoughts about your view of the world, because your personal identity is only one part of the equation. The other part is how you see life. Do you see the world as dangerous, competitive, and cruel? Or do you see it as generous, kind, and abundant? The universe will reflect back your answer. So create new affirmations about the world too. Try saying, "The world supports me. The universe delivers what I need at the perfect time. Every day, something wonderful comes my way." These affirmations help you release fear and build trust. They help you feel safe being abundant. They remind you that you don't have to fight for your blessings. They are already on their way. Your new thought pattern isn't just a mental exercise. It's the foundation for a new life. Every thought becomes a signal, and every signal invites back an experience that matches it. So the more you think thoughts of abundance, the more you align with it. The more you think thoughts of gratitude, the more reasons you'll find to be grateful. This is how the new reality starts. Not with effort, not with proof, but with belief. And the belief begins as a choice to think in a new way. Every day, every moment, you get to choose again. So choose thoughts that make you feel empowered. Thoughts that remind you of your truth. Thoughts that carry the energy of the future you are calling into your present. That is the thought the universe has been waiting for. This may be the hardest part, but also the most important. Once you've created your new identity and started practicing new thoughts, you must learn to be patient. Because reality, the one you can see and touch, often takes time to catch up with what you believe inside. This is not a punishment. It's simply how the world works. In your inner world, change is instant. You can close your eyes and feel rich. You can imagine your dream home, your ideal life, your future joy, and it feels real in your heart. But in the physical world, things are slower. It's like ordering a gift online. You place the order, but it takes time to arrive. You wouldn't cancel the order just because it didn't come in 1 hour. You trust the process. The same is true here. After you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it. You care for it. You trust that growth is happening underground. This is the kind of faith you need when building your new life. You may not see results right away, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. In fact, the moment you create a new identity, the universe begins rearranging everything to bring it to you. But here's the challenge. If you get impatient, if you start to doubt, if you give up on your new thoughts because reality hasn't caught up yet, you interrupt the process. You plant a new seed and then dig it up the next day. You send a signal, then cancel it with fear. This is why so many people never reach their dreams. Not because they're unworthy, but because they give up before the reflection appears. You must stay faithful. even when things look the same, even when you don't see evidence, even when you feel unsure. Your job is to hold on to the identity and thoughts you've chosen long enough for the mirror to reflect them back, long enough for the world to catch up to what your soul already knows. Sometimes, it may feel like things are getting worse. You may face more challenges, more fear, more discomfort. But this doesn't mean failure. It often means your old reality is falling apart to make room for the new one. This is the space between the old and the new. And the only way to cross it is with faith. You are not being tested, you are being aligned. The more you hold your vision, the faster your world begins to reflect it. Not all at once, not in the way you expect, but always in the way that's perfect for your growth. So when doubt comes, don't argue with it. Just return to your truth. Repeat your affirmations. Feel your new identity. And remind yourself the universe heard you. The shift has already begun. The mirror reflects with a delay, but it always reflects. Stay loyal to the image you've chosen. Stay faithful to the thought